beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bella. If this is your first time meeting me, my name is Bella and I am your favorite online fashion tutor. So on this channel we do a lot of fashion tutorial, business talks and so many things concerning fashion and fashion business. So if this is what you like to be getting notified, please kindly subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be alerted whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so today we'll be looking at this lovely half jacket dress. Was inspired by Tokema Kenwa, though after so many researches, when I went on Pinterest, I saw some other similar designs. Okay, so I don't know the original creator or designer. My clients just sent the Tokema Kenwa styles. Okay, so I'll be explaining some things because our main focus is on the half jacket. So I'll be explaining some things on this dress. Okay, if I open this up, this is held by press button. Okay, so if I open this up, you can see the dress. You can see it's a tube dress in front. The front is a tube dress. Okay, so the jacket comes to the front only. It's only in the front, and you pin with. You can either do button, but since this is not a normal blazer, it's better to use press button. So the collar goes through the back. As you can see, the back. So the collar goes through the back. So I want to explain, if you don't want your zipper to be at the center back, maybe by the side that has the no hand part, you can either put your zipper here. Then your collar should extend to this side. This is an asymmetric back. Okay, my mannequin is bigger than this dress. Okay, so you can see that is one hand, is a one-handed. The back is asymmetric, one hand, so it's coming like this. Okay, so if you don't want to put zipper at the center back, this collar should extend to somewhere here before the armhole. You should extend all through the back to somewhere here. That's what I saw during my research on this dress. Most of the dresses, they have the collar extend to the back here. Okay, so that's one explanation. Then the blazer was joined by the side seam. As you can see, it's only in the front by the side seam. So the back of this dress is asymmetric. That is one shoulder, one hand. The shoulder is slanted, one hand. You can see that the collar comes and stops somewhere 2 inches before the zipper side here. You can see. Okay, so the front of the dress is a tube, off-shoulder tube. I have a video on how to make an off-shoulder bustier. If you've not seen that video, kindly see it. I'll leave the link in the description box below and iCard. Okay, so I have a detailed video on how to make off-shoulder bustier. Then I have another video on how to make basic skirt. This off-shoulder bustier, it has a half cut here. Okay, there is half cut here, and this is a basic skirt for the front. So the front is off-shoulder bustier and a basic skirt, while the back is an asymmetric neckline, just one shoulder. Okay, so that's what I want to explain. Our main concern is the blazer. You can see that the blazer was just joined from the at the armhole. Okay, so this is what we have. So I will go now to the table to draft this blazer for us with the collar. So the measurement you'll be needing your normal full basic bodice for the blazer, and you'll be needing your back shoulder measurement. So you measure from the shoulder line where the shoulder is, you measure it slantly to where you want your collar to stop at the back. If you don't have a zipper at the back, your collar should run through. I've said that already. So you pick up your tape rule. And measure from the shoulder. This is my shoulder line here. There's a shoulder line here. So you pick up your tape rule from the shoulder line slantly to where you want your collar to end. Okay, so you need this measurement. I'll explain where you need it and what you use it for when we are drafting this jacket. So you need your full basic bodice measurement and the collar extension I just explained for the back collar, for the extension at the back. So and you need your sleeve measurement. So let's go over to the cutting table and I will show us what to do. Like I've explained before, the front is the basic, is a tube dress, while the back is asymmetric. Okay, so let's go back to the cutting table. So guys, like I said, you'll be needing the following measurements. You need your back, your bust, waist, shoulder to waist, gown length, hip, sleeve length and round sleeve, and also you'll be needing the back neck extension. So this is the edge of my paper. This is where I'll start from. Okay, so before I mark out my starting line, that back extension I explained earlier, we are going to mark it out. So I have 6 inches, so I'm just going to mark out 8 inches. Okay, I have 6 inches for the neckline, the back neck extension. So I'll mark out 8 inches, or let me just mark out 10 inches. Okay, let me just mark out 10 inches as my starting point. Now I've told us the reason why I'm marking out 10 inches, because of that collar extension at the back, which is 6 inches for me. Yours might be longer. It depends on where you want your collar to end. So this part is off. Okay, so this part is off from the main measurement. This is for the collar extension. This is where my basic bodice, I'm going to draft it from. So guys, after marking out this, at your center front, you're going to be leaving about 3, 4, 5 inches for the lapel collar. Okay, so I'm just going to leave 6 inches. I know it's more than what I'll be needing, but I'll just leave it 6 inches. So I'm going to mark this down to the length of my dress. Okay, 6 inches. So I'll connect with a straight ruler. So I hope we don't get confused. I just shifted the collar part out so that we can be seeing what I'm doing clearly. Okay, so the next thing to do is to impute our shoulder measurement. So our shoulder measurement is going to be starting on this line, this starting point line. This is our starting point line. That's where you insert your shoulder measurement divided by 2. In my case, this is 8, and my 8 inches, I'm starting from this line that we measured. This is out. If this is for the lapel collar, so 8 inches. Then I'll mark down my chest line, which is 9 inches. So this is my chest line, 9 inches. So I'm going to, on this chest line, I'll mark down my shoulder point again. I'm just drafting the basic bodice. So this is my armhole. I will slant my armhole with 1 inch. Okay, so I'll be using the neckline 3 by 4 inches or 3 by 3.5 inches. So the length of the neckline or the depth is 3.5, while the width is 3 inches for the neckline. So you connect your neckline like so. So this is 3.5 by 3 inches. So for your shoulder slant, you connect it straight to your neck line like this. Okay, so for the armhole, you divide whatever you have left. I have 8. The middle point is 4 inches. You come in by 1/2 inch. Okay, from this 1/2 inch, connect to the shoulder with a straight ruler, and this you connect, you curve down. Okay, like this. So on this chest line, we are going to put our bust measurement. Our bust is bust divided by 4 will give you 8.5. So I'll insert my bust measurement, which is 8.5 plus 1/2 inch ease. Okay, 1/2 inch ease. So it will give me 9 inches. Okay, so after that, I'm going to mark my waist measurement. From my shoulder to my waist measurement is 16. So you draw a straight line. So after marking this out, the waistline out, I'll measure from the shoulder to the hip line, which is 24.5, and from the shoulder to my full length, which is 38. Now the inner dress, the tube dress, is 36 inches in length. So you need the jacket to be a little bit longer than the tube dress. So we mark 38 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, which is 39 inches. So the full length for the jacket is 39 inches. So I'll mark that out. So this is what I'm doing. Mark that out. 39 inches. So for the hip line, I have 24.5 inches. So you mark that out as well. Okay, so now it's time to impute the measurements. So the waist circumference is the waist divided by 4 will give you 7.5. 7.5 you plus 1/2 inch ease will give you 8 inches. So I'll mark 8. The hip divided by 4 is 9.5 plus ease will give plus 1/2 inch ease will give me 10 inches. I'll mark that out as well. So for the hem, what I normally do is to subtract 2 inches from whatever I have here. So since I have 10 here at the hip, I will subtract 2 inches, which will give me 8. That's if I want it 2 penciled, or I can do 2 inches, I can do 1.5 inches, depending on what I want to achieve. So using my ruler, I'll connect from the bust to the waist, from the waist to the hip. Let me use the side for this place. From the waist to the hip, and from the hip you connect straight to the hem. Okay, so this is what we have. So you can now add your sewing allowance of 1 inches or 2 inches, depending on what you normally add. You can add it here on your pattern, or you can add it when you're cutting on your fabric. So this is me adding 2 inches sewing allowance. Okay, so like this now, our basic dress is ready. So the jacket, I didn't add that to the jacket because the sample I was given, there was no dart. I zoomed in very well, I didn't see any dart. But if you want, you can add that to yours. So moving over to drafting of the lapel. First of all, this is your starting line. This line, you're going to come out by 1 inch or ½ inch, depending. If you're using button, you can do 1 inch, but since I'm not using button, I'll just come out by ½ inch. So my ruler, the ruler I'm using have tape rule. So in case you're wondering why I'm not measuring it out, it has some calibrations on it. So having marked out this extension, okay, so this is going to be our new front, our new center line. Okay, this is going to be our new center line. So for the lapel collar, you can decide to make your collar 3 inches, you can decide 3.5, you can decide 4 inches. Just depends on what you want. So from this new, I told us this is our new center line now, the black marker, this ½ inches extension that we did here. So this is our new line. So from this new line, I'll extend 3 inches. This is for my lapel, okay, 3 inches. Like I told us, you can do how many inches you want. So I'm using 3 inches. So your lapel can be directly on your waistline or 2 inches below your waistline. So for the jacket I made, I came down 2 inches below the waistline. Okay, you can make it above. It just depends on what you want. Okay, this thing is just what you want. So you can use a straight ruler to make this thing straight if you want a straight tip, but I don't want a straight tip, I want it a little bit curved. So I want it a little bit curved, so I'm using the edge of my curved ruler, not too curved though, but a little bit curved. So I'm going to put it on my waistline. I'm going to stop it at my waistline, the curving. You will see what I'll do next. So getting towards my waistline, I will use now, I use this back of my curve to blend it in, to have one kind of a deep curve flow. But it all depends on what you want actually. Okay, this is just my own style. You can just use a straight ruler. You can just make use of your straight ruler from here direct just straight down, okay, but I want it to have this kind of curved ending, okay. So you can see that this place is not too curvy and is not sharp. All right, so having done our lapel, this is our lapel now, we are done with it. It's time to draft our collar. Now from here you extend your line out from your neckline, extend your line out. So for you to get a straight line, use this kind of ruler. I think it's called set square. So use this kind of ruler to be sure you get a straight line. It's very, very important that the line is straight, okay. Or you can use two ruler and put, like you can put two ruler, one will be here to make sure it's straight, and use the other one and place like this if you do not have this type of ruler, okay. That is the reason why it's like this. So one ruler is there, use the other ruler to place it, okay. So you extend this line from your collar, sorry, from your shoulder line, you extend a straight line, okay. So you measure out what you the extension you measured on your dress, the collar extension I was explaining at the back of the dress. So mine is 6 inches. I told us if you're not using zip at the center back, then yours can extend a little bit before the armhole, okay. But since you're using zipper at the back, you can stop 2 inches or 1 inches before the zipper at the back. So mine is 6 inches and this is 6 inches here. So you will now determine the width you want the collar to be at the back. I used 1 inch, so this is my 1 inch. So I'll extend this line. All these rulers, they are very, very important. They make life easy for us, okay. So this is my 1 inch here. So from here now, you determine how you want the your collar to be. Do you want it to start the same line with the lapel, or you want it a little bit inside? Anyhow you want it to be. So I'll come up by 2 inches from this part here, this end of my lapel. You can do 2 inches, 1 inch, 1.5. So let me do 1.5 inches, okay. So I said you go up by 1 inch or 1.5 inches here, depends. So because I don't want it to be straight, so you can use your straight ruler. There is different type of reverse collar. There is one you just use straight, but because I don't want to use it straight, I'll go in with my curve like this. This is the beginning of this collar. This is your new center front here. So I'll go in like this to meet my 1.5 inches mark like this. I just want it to be curved a little bit. Can we see that? Okay, so from this point now, I'll connect my 1 inch here. This is the back neckline. So I'll just use my straight ruler to connect it straight like this. Can we see this? So this is our back, or let's say front and back all together. This is our reverse collar. From this black marker here, so you cut out this. So you add 0.5 inches sewing allowance here. You add it here too. You add it here, okay. You add it all round. Then also you add here too 0.5 straight down. Remember, we've added 2 inches for the side seam of the bodice. So you add your sewing allowance for the shoulder, 1/2 inch. Okay, this is it, 1/2 inch for the shoulder. Hope this line will not confuse us. So remember, I said you add your 1/2 inch sewing allowance. I can easily do that, this one here, because it's a straight line. So if you see it, you will know I've added 1/2 inches. So I can do this one too, 1/2 inch here. Okay, 1/2 inch. Then I can do this to 1/2 inch, but I will have to do this when I cut it out so that it will rhyme with this neck. So important notches, you should notch here, this starting end, okay, this starting point. When you cut it on your collar, you should cut this collar 2, 1 for lining, 1 for the main fabric. It should be 2, okay, but you should use your main fabric for it, or 2 different fabric, but you're not meant to use lining. I used doll face. So you notch here and you notch this shoulder part. They must match. When you're joining it to this pattern, to this bodice, this place is the beginning of your collar, this place is the beginning of your collar, so they must match. So if you're sewing it now, you sew from here. When you cut out the collar separately, you sew from here straight like this and sew here. Okay, so this part will enter the back and this part will enter the front and stop here, so they must match. Okay, and this shoulder part too must match. If they match very well, then your pattern is okay. So guys, I forgot to mention something. You can see that the front of the jacket is bigger, is more longer than the side. So you have to tamper with the side, okay, to match up with the dress. Remember, I told us that the length of the dress is 36 and we made the length of our jacket 39. So you have to slant this edge to match up with the back. Let me show us on the cutting table what I mean. So to make what I just said, the sides, to make it to match with the original dress. Remember, I said the dress is 39, why the jacket is 30. The dress is 36, why the jacket is 39. To make it match at the side, all you need to do is to come up 3 inches. Remember, 39 minus 36 is 3 inches. So come up to the length of the dress. Okay, come up. So this is a 36 inches. Okay, then you add your sewing allowance. Remember, you're going to turn it with lining, the jacket, the hem of the jacket with lining. So you add your 1/2 inch. Now see what I'm doing here. I'm doing this or directly from where the main measurement, not the sewing allowance, now the main measurement. So this is the 36 inches for the original dress, and this is 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. So from this 1/2 inch now, you tamper it down, like you slant it down. Okay, you give it a little bit slant down. Okay, so here now you connect it with a straight line like this. This is how the hem is going to look like. I hope you understand. So this will make it to match up by the side. After turning it, before you couple everything together, this will make the side to match up while this place is longer. So assuming the jacket is front and back, then you can leave it like this because it will match up with the partner at the back. But since the back is just the main dress, so you have to do this little bit slant so that it can match up by the side, because it will look awkward when your dress stops here and the jacket is still continuing. But if you like it like that, but that was how I made mine, and you can see it on the mannequin. So you can see it on the mannequin that the side, the back is matching up, the front is matching up, while this place is longer. Okay. So there is another thing for your lining. You should, what I did was that I divided my my shoulder into 2 equal parts. Okay, I have 5 here, so this is 2.5, 4, 4, and straight down. You know, you need a facing. Okay, this you need facing, so you measure it straight down. This will serve as your facing. So you need to cut this part after cutting the main blazer. Don't divide your pattern. Oh, I hope I'm not confusing us. This is just to show you how to cut out your facing. So after cutting this out, let me cut it out now. So guys, after cutting it out, this is what we have. This is the collar that we drafted out. This is our lapel. Okay, my main consign is this collar cut 2 with your main fabric, and remember to notch the places I told you to notch. So this is the first notch, this is the second notch, this is the neckline, and this is where the collar starts from this line too, and you will notch this line too on your fabric. So if you're cutting, you cut this out like this, cut it out like this first. Okay, cut this out first like this. Remember to add your 1/2 inch sewing allowance at the neckline like this, and add by this lapel side straight down, so that you use it to turn with your lining. So after cutting the main fabric first, now to cut your lining, please divide it like this, so that you cut your facing, the main fabric, and this the lining. Let me show. So guys, this is what I'm talking about. So you can see the lining. This is the lining, and this is the facing. Okay, okay. So this is what I'm talking about. This is my doll face, this is the facing. So you can see the demarcation with the lining. So this is what I'm talking about. See the men dress, there is no cotton on the men dress. So the men jacket, no cotton. So after cutting out your main pattern, then you divide it with how I showed you and cut. So thank you guys for staying with me, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for staying with me. I'll see us in my next tutorial. Take care. Bye.